Hey guys, it's RebeccaLynOberstadt. In today's video, I'm going to be doing another swatch video, and I'm recording it kind of a different angle because I had to move the ring light. I want to make sure that you guys get to see everything that I'm swatching. There are two new palettes on the counter, so if you can spot them, please sound off in the comments below. I will wait a second. Have you figured out what they are yet? So I've got these basically separated out by, like, I've got a couple of Jeffree Stars, the BH, the IBY, some ABH. There are singles in here. Juvia's placed in the Milani palette. So let me stack some of these bad boys up to clear off some counter space. We're going to be swatching shades that are close to this. Something that is either white or very light. I've had people request that I swatch white shadows before. Some light shadows are very chalky looking on my skin. I am very, very pale. And a lot of light shades look very much like sidewalk chalk. I forgot my cloth. So in here I have two white eyeshadows from my line. This one is Icebreaker. The other one is Moon Glow. And I don't know if I'm going to be keeping these for much longer, but I figured I would go ahead and swatch them so you can see some of the similar shades that I have in my collection that are either white or shimmer whites or metallic whites or satin whites. So this is going to be a swatching white eyeshadow video. So I'm going to do these two first. This one's like an iridescent shift. It has like a little bit of green in it. I don't know how much room I'm going to need, and I got to remember to go up on the arm hair side. And I will be doing outside video as well, so you can see these. Hopefully you can see them on camera. And I guess we'll do all four Jeffree Star palettes next. That way we can compare how close they are to each other. This one is the shade Ranch. This is the Shane Dawson collab. This is the Conspiracy. I always want to call this the Controversy, and then the other one a Mini Conspiracy. So yeah. So this one's Ranch. Jawbreaker has two shades in it. We have Virgin and Jawbreaker. And Jawbreaker is a white-based shade with a yellow undertone. Then we have Blue Blood and Cullinan. This is actually a stunning shade. It's very similar to Ranch, very similar. Like if you were to put these on the eye, you wouldn't be able to tell which one was which, to be honest. They're very similar. And then the last Jeffree Star palette I have, or at least for this color, because I've only got one other palette of his, which is a little mini palette. This is Blood Sugar, and we have the shade Glucose. And this one actually is more pigmented than the Virgin shade. The Virgin shade looks a little bit like it's got a hint of yellow in it than this one here. This one's definitely a flat white shade. So there's like no, there is a difference between these two whites. And the Glucose shade is a little bit more pigmented than this one here. It's more opaque. It doesn't go on quite as sheer as this one here. So I thought that was interesting. Let's put this over there. We will work with the three big Zodiac palettes. There's like a white type shade in every one of these. So with the Crystal Zodiac, we have the Citrine Matte. The Rose Quartz is a bone shape, but the center shade is like an iridescent, shimmery, like purple. The Citrine Matte reminds me of the shade from the Jawbreaker palette. There's a whole bunch of shades of white. Then with this one, it is just the center shade. I'm gonna put the other center shade next to this as well, so you can see them side by side. This is very similar to Jawbreaker from the Jeffree Star palette. It's definitely got a yellow shift to it. And the center shade on this one's very sheer, whereas the one from the original is not. And then this one is like a light pink This is Scorpio. It's a matte shade. It's like a pinky white. I figured I would include it. I mean, I could go back into this one and do a rose quartz shade. Let me show you that one. It's this one here. It's more like a bone color. It's like my skin, but darker. I guess you can kind of see it. Barely. Then in this palette, this is the Milani Bold Obsessions palette. We have this first shade here, which is Can't Pink Straight. Can't Pink Straight. Yeah, that's kind of, it's very punny. And it's similar to like this rose quartz shade, but it's definitely more pink. And with these light shades, I am building up the swatches quite a bit so you can see them on camera. They're also really good shades for like if you're my skin color, if you need to like erase an oopsie. This is the ABH Subculture. The only one in here is Cube. It's like a multi-chrome. It's like pink and purple shifting. It's really pretty. It's more opaque than this one, but they're very, very similar in tone. Then we have the Ivy White and the Lighten palette. There are like these three shades here. This one's like more of a pastel gold. And then you have like a white and like a white beigey color. So we have Moonstone, Almond Milk, and Spirit Animal. That way you can see all three. They're all very different shades. I'm actually wearing this color right here on my brow bone right now. Oh, that's very similar to the Jeffree Star one that's above it. This one is the one that's more gold, and then here's the other one. I guess I need to do smaller swatches because I'm running out of room. The Juvia's Place only has the one shade called Tart. It's like an iridescent pink to purple shifting shade. Also very similar to that Cube. What are you, Cube? Yep, Cube. Cube from the ABH palette. Very, very similar. I just blew a whole bunch of like shadow off my arm. It went everywhere. And now we have two brand new palettes. Did you figure out that these were the new ones? I have Scorpio and the Take Me Back to Brazil Ibiza palette. The Scorpio shade is this one here. This just came in the mail today, and I haven't done an unboxing on my channel yet, but this will go up after that. So I'll unbox this in the live stream tomorrow, which will be April 30th. Or, yeah, April 30th. It's the 29th right now. Also very similar to the two Jeffree Star shades, and I put it underneath the other one that matches it. So there's like four very similar shades. Very, very similar shades. The Ibiza palette has two white shades in it. We have this one down here, which is like a glittery topper kind of shade, very, very chunky. And then this one right here. Oh, that is so chunky. I don't know if that's gonna pick up on camera. That one's also chunky. This one here is like flaky, kind of chunky. They're both different. This one has like a blue cast, this one has a yellow cast to it. Again, maybe outside video will show these better. And look at all the fallout on the palette. Can you even see that? That white shade is super chunky. Then we have the Cancer palette. It has the center shade here, which is beautiful. I think they could have like done without the silver and just left that center shade in, and it would have been just fine. It's also very similar to Cullinan and Ranch from Jeffree Star. I'm literally blowing eyeshadow flakes off onto like my hand. Oh my god, they're all over the counter. That is one flaky shadow, Ibiza. Then we have the Color Festival. It has this disco shade in it. It's like a yellowish gold white kind of shade. I figured I would swatch that. these three, I think, all have at least one shade in it, if not two, and then we've got one shade in the Wanderlust palette. So this is Take Me Back to Brazil. There's this white shade, and then the next one down should have a shade very similar to it as well. This is also very chunky. This is a yellow-based white. I've used my brush on this one too many times wet, and it's got some hard paint on it, so I'm trying to like press really hard to get it off. The Brazil edition has, I guess, two. The other one in that this palette is more green. So we have this one that's like a glittery white shade, and then this one that's more green. And then Aurora Lights has this one up here. This is Ombre. It's like a blue and green transforming shade. It is stunning. It's like a white base with multi-chrome in it. It's like blue in sunlight and green in the other. And then the last palette I have on the counter, thank goodness, because I've done run out of room. Let me get you some. Push back a little bit. All right, Beach, you gotta move over. Not everybody's just taller than you. We have Illusion, which is like a beigey, like a cream shade. I'm gonna stick that right here because I've literally run out of room. Alright, here we are outside in tree cover. You can see the ones that look more yellow, like this and this. Those are showing up pretty good out here. My hands in the sun. Figured it would be okay right here. Now we're in too much shade. Alright, let's walk to the end of the driveway and scare drivers as they go by. Alright, direct sunlight. I don't even think the camera's going to pick these up. Got tracking line for my arm. Sometimes it likes to pick up the grass behind my arm. Let's zoom you way in and I'll try and go as close as I can. Won't know what this looks like until I get the video up on the computer to edit. I honestly can barely see the screen. Hopefully these are showing up. And the one on the heel of my hand right here, that's what's on my eyes right now. Got you guys zoomed in. Hopefully you can see this well enough. All the different shades. Okay, now to go outside and do outside video so you guys can see these. Hopefully they'll show up better outside than they do in here in, you know, synthetic lighting. But yeah, these are all like super light shades. Out of here, there are what, four? We got 1, 2, 3, 4 mattes that are like white or almost white. Like this one here's got a hint of pink in it. This one here is more pinky peach. So we've got 1, 2, 3 that are white, and then we've got a pink colored one, a bone colored one, and a peachy colored one. So 6 mattes, and then the rest of these are shimmers. So I don't have a whole lot of white shadow. When I had the James Charles palette, the white shade in that was literally like sidewalk chalk. It was the one of the main reasons why I got rid of it was because the shadows all looked chalky. Very crumbly, very chalky. If you picked it up with a brush, you had shadow fallout like everywhere. And the white shade in that palette was awful. The pigmentation was very patchy, and like I said, it literally looked like I had taken chalk and drawn it on my eye with, you know, sidewalk chalk. So it was bad. So I got rid of it. But anyways, yeah, hopefully you guys like these swatches. If you do, then please let me know down below. Did you guess the 2 new palettes? Also let me know that down below, and I will see you guys in another video very soon. Have a great day or night wherever you are. Bye.